Welcome back to Up Front and our coverage of Donald Trump's inauguration. We're going to take a few minutes now to talk to two of the people who, in their own way, helped make Donald Trump's victory possible. They're not elected officials or campaign strategists. They're voters, Wisconsin citizens who cast a ballot for the nation's new president. Mike Dumais is a retired Christian school teacher from Oostburg. Jared Krieger is from Kewaskum. He's 19 years old, a student at UWM, and he is chair of the College Republicans at the school. Welcome to both of you. Glad to have you on Up Front.
Thank you.
Mike, I'm going to begin with you and ask you about your hopes for this new president. What would you like to see him do?
Well, my hopes are based on not so much him, but on the policies that I believe he's going to carry through. And there are two very important ones. So I voted more for the issues rather than the person. One issue is the Supreme Court. And I believe it should be a court that interprets the Constitution and is not an activist legislative body that it has been. And the other issue is that I believe that Donald Trump will help to reduce abortions, which to me is something that we need to protect our youngest Americans. Those were the two things that really led me to vote the way I did.
So issues, not so much personality, not the person, the issues.
Exactly.
All right, Jared, you're 19 years old. It was your first time to cast a vote in a presidential election. What are you hoping from the new president?
Honestly, I'd have to agree that it was more of policies of policies of a Republican president than Donald Trump as a person. I'm more worried about the economy and how little people are working. You know, Obama's got the unemployment rate to somewhere around 4%, but nobody really knows that the labor force participation rate's slowly gone down under his presidency. And I think that that's probably one of the most important issues that we should be worrying about is getting our country working and having more people relying on their own, relying on themselves working more than on the government's assistance.
As a young person, as someone who is just at the beginning of their work career, what was it about Trump's message that appealed to you?
I think it's more of that we need to be investing in American jobs than overseas, and obviously there's a lot of things that go into that me as a student can't decide on, but I just think that if we have more people working in the United States, they're making more money, that's spending more money around the country, and the economy will just overall work better for people.
Mike, let's talk a little bit about Donald Trump's appeal. You said that it was really the issues. What was he your first choice? Was he someone you eventually came around to say, I think this guy can do it and do the things that I want done?
Yeah, he wasn't my first choice, but as time went on, it just became very clear that he would be the one that's the most likely to follow through the kind of things that I believe America needs.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of his what he's going to do in office, how patient will you be, Mike, with it? Will you give him a lot of time, or do you expect results immediately?
Well, I think he should have, just like every other president has, either 4 to 8 years. And this is my 14th presidential, the 14th president in my lifetime. And so I'm willing to give him plenty of time. And I really think that he'll come through with the kind of things that he's hoping to do.
Jared, do you have a timeline, a set of expectations for him in terms of being able to accomplish some of the things he promised during the campaign?
Honestly, I'm not. I feel like I'm not one to say how long he has. I think he's got the 4 years, and if he can do things of production that the majority of Americans think are leading us in the right direction, then we'll see in 4 years if he gets reelected. So I think he's got the 4 years that he has elected now, and see if he gets 8, and then we'll see where we're at from then.
Mike, did you want to add to that?
Yes. You know, we have a new president coming up right now, and I've always felt myself that it's not the president, it's not the citizens, it's not the policies that make a country great. For the last 8 years and before that and now for the future, I've always maintained that God is in control, and that's where I have my peace and my hope for the future. So it's not in a person or policies and things like that. Those things change.
Let me ask each of you a very direct question. There are people who are less thrilled about Donald Trump. We've seen some of the polling about his popularity as he takes office. Are there any things you wish he would do differently as the new president? Anything in his style, or do you like him the way he is and the way he was during the campaign? Jared?
Honestly, I'd have to say that I think I'd like for him to take a little step back on some of the ways he acts. it worked for him during the election to get himself elected, but right now he's the president. So things like Twitter and going off on rants about different things like SNL doesn't really make him seem as presidential, and people might not take him as seriously as they should. I've seen him in certain rallies and speeches where he's sound really presidential, where it's impressed me how he's sounded and like how his message resonated with the crowd. But being somewhat immature on Twitter is something that that I'd like to see change.
Okay. How about you, Mike? Anything you want him to do differently?
Yes, I just think he has to avoid those very trivial things like what Meryl Streep says and things like that, and I think that will come in time. There's a lot of more important things that he can deal with, but again, he's got his own personality, and every president has, and we'll have to just get used to it, but on the other hand, I think he can modify that too.
Mike DeMay is a retired school teacher from Oostburg, and Jared Krieger is the chair of the College Republicans at UWM. I want to thank both of you for being with us today. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we're asking you the same questions on Facebook. Did you vote for Donald Trump? And what do you hope he'll do as president? You could tell us by liking and sharing up front on Facebook. Coming up next, the new president lavishes praise on House Speaker Paul Ryan. I'll be asking ABC's political director about the new Trump-Ryan relationship and how long it might last. And remember, you can keep the conversation going throughout the week by following me at Mike Goucher on Twitter.